I wonder if actually this is a training exercise and a machine learning exercise. You create something in an iconic place, a CyberTruck trending, Trump Hotel trending. You put it there, you create an action around it, and now you can see how the internet reacts. Who is connected to? How does information flow? How do you drop simple clues all over the internet, and how do people start connecting them? What are the networks that are put in place? If you drop it into the intelligence community and Shawn Ryan's community, which is all former special forces, all former Delta officers, how do they react? How do they communicate? Who are they talking to? How often do they talk to each other? This exercise for them,
data mapping,
the data mapping and the network mapping and the connective tissue between different groups of people, the learning that they've done in the last week is insane. You ready? Oh, wait, did you hit play? We're recording?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
You.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the Matt Kim Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kim, joined by my co-host, Mr. Peter Saddington.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. It is the Matt Kim Show.
Happy New Year, everyone. Smash the like button. Say what's up. Glad to have you here in this brand new 2025.
Smash the like button, guys. Do it now. Do it now.
Today is January 7th. Yesterday, Trump got certified. Is that it? Was there ever any doubt?
Kamala became the first woman to certify her own loss of the election. This was kind of a little like... You saw that video?
Yeah, I did.
Everyone was clapping.
It's been a pretty wild 2025 so far.
We're only 7 days deep.
A lot of stuff going on. I do have good news and I have bad news.
Oh.
I'm going to do the good news first because I need to kill time to get to the bad news.
Okay.
If you guys don't know, on here, on this platform, you can't give the bad news in the first minute or 90 seconds because otherwise they get really upset. Yep. You have to give the advertisers time to do their thing. Mm-hmm. So the good news. I think I'm going to go to Tokyo.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
To go interview Mark Karpeles. If you guys don't know who Mark Karpeles is, he was the guy that ran Mt. Gox, the largest Bitcoin exchange. 70% of Bitcoin that was transacted and bought and sold was on Mt. Gox in 2014. It got hacked, and it was a big mess. It almost crushed Bitcoin.
Yep.
And apparently he's trying to get back in the news. I was in contact with their team, and I may be going out to Tokyo to interview him.
Oh, I love it. I love the fact. I hope you get to spend some time out there.
Yeah.
Have you been to Tokyo? Have you been
Such
to
a
Japan?
long time ago.
Okay. Man, like I lived there for 3.5 years. So like when anybody ever tells me that they're going to Japan or Tokyo, I immediately move into this like mushy state of like, please go. It's awesome. It's an amazing country that's deeply ethnocentric, deeply Japan first, deeply against bad immigration policies. Japan knows what's up. They just need to have more sex and make more babies.
And me being super Korean, I'm like, fuck the Japanese.
Oh, man, you're going to bring that up? Like, is it like that?
Dude, do you know I don't own, other than cameras, because cameras, only Japan makes cameras. No other country in the world makes cameras. Seriously, that's the thing.
Yep.
So outside of cameras, all of our TVs are Korean. I don't have any Japanese electronics. The only Japanese things I have in my house are cameras because you can't get non-Japanese cameras. And I have a PlayStation.
So...
That's it.
So Matt was really joking when he said that he's Korean and he dislikes the Japanese. That's some historical nonsense from his history past. Your family weren't really affected by it. Neither was kind of. So why you got to be joking like that, man? We Koreans love the Japanese.
We don't. But I'm going to Japan.
You're about to go to Japan, man.
What am I going to do?
We have people in Japan who watch us. They love us. They're always writing in Japanese about them Jews.
I like you guys.
Oh, konnichiwa, ohayo gozaimasu.
But the Korea-Japan rivalry is a thing.
Unfortunately so, yes.
And I was raised in a household where my grandfather used to get really upset if anyone in our family tried to buy a Japanese car.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it like that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was actually affected by it, though.
Well, and then my uncle bought a Lexus, and everyone was like, ugh.
Can't go against the grain like that,
It
bro.
was a thing.
Black
It was a
sheep.
thing in our household. So that's the good news that we are going to Japan.
I really hope you spend some extra time there, bro.
And we'll try to do maybe some footage from Japan and maybe some behind the scenes because I think Japan's a cool place. And I think a lot of people would like to see that.
Yeah. Maybe I can go.
Yeah.
Maybe I have time. That'd be dope.
Sometime in the next 4 weeks.
Oh, really? Oof. Okay. We'll see.
The bad news.
Uh-oh.
You ready for the bad news? Do you have a sound effect for bad news, Will? No, bro. This guy's just not on it these days.
Dude, it's the beginning of the year. Give Will a little bit of slack. He's eating his gummies again. There we go.
There you go. All
right.
The bad news is that we've had 4 videos demonetized today.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Did we get the ban hammer?
No ban hammer, just demonetized.
Oh, they're doing the sweep then.
And do you know what? We didn't get any of the Jew videos demonetized. We only got the Indian videos demonetized.
Say it ain't. You're lying now.
I swear.
You're lying now.
Indian videos got demonetized.
Are you telling me that the video? I'm like so shocked.
No, one Jew video got demonetized. The usury explanation.
The usury video follow-up got demonetized?
How did that get demonetized? That was when we were explaining why we talked about it.
It's probably because I called Indians stinky.
Oh my gosh, bro, are you serious?
I don't know, man. That one got demonetized.
I'm blown away.
And then 3 Indian video got. So the 1 main video and then 2 of the clips got demonetized.
I have a lot going on in my brain. There's a couple questions that are rolling around. The first question I have to ask you is, what have we learned here?
That the Indian programmers that are watching the YouTube were really upset about calling them.
SAR, not like this, SAR. Come on, man. Okay, so that's the first question. So maybe we're being a little bit facetious there, but at the same time, could it be said that the Indians have more sway and more power?
Is that crazy?
This can't be true because
the usury video did not get demonetized.
Which, I mean, it's not like we were lying. We were telling the truth. It's real. It's
it's a thing.
It's a thing. But how is it that the Jewish bioweapon, the Indians, are more inflamed than the overlords?
They take real offense to calling them stinky.
But you didn't actually say they. Well, yes, you did.
I did. I totally called them. I said not the dirty ones.
But there's dirty ones everywhere. There's dirty Asians. There's dirty blacks. There's dirty whites. There's dirty Jews. There's dirty everything. Like,
so if you guys
Indians,
are watching,
dirty Indians.
We had a little quick boost because we broke through that 100,000 subscriber mark.
Which I can't wait till you get your little plaque.
But I'm pretty sure that getting 4 videos demonetized one day brings us back into the abyss.
Oh no! Are we gonna plateau right now?
We probably just hit that wall and we're good. Who knows?
We'll see.
So if you're watching, leave a comment
and smash the like button.
Share with your friend.
Yes,
because we have now officially hit the wall again.
And
2 weeks, man. We made it 2 fucking weeks,
man.
And the Indians, of course, they show up in the billions.
SAR.
And they start shitting all over your channel.
SAR.
And then all of a sudden,
SAR.
We can't survive.
We can't do it, SAR.
And this whole time, we thought it was the Jews that would come after us.
You know?
I did not see this one coming. I'm surprised. I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised.
Is it like the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
I don't know which one's my enemy and which one's not my enemy. At this point, they're all enemies.
Just throw them all in the same bucket.
Bro, I can't believe they started demonetizing us already. We've been like trending up for 2 weeks. That's it.
But they had to stop the momentum. That was another thing, man. I mean, like we went gangbusters.
Yeah.
Like we were on the radar.
Yeah.
I right before we even hit the record button, I was telling Matt, I was up north a little bit. I just drove down for this. And I was talking with, let's just say, a very highfalutin, wealthy and man of influence in industry, who I could not believe during a couple breaks, he pulled me to the side. He's like, bro.
And during a business meeting.
During a business meeting, like an important business meeting, pulled me aside. He's like, dude, I thought you looked familiar, dude. You were with that Matt Kim, and you were watching that usury video. I loved it. And I was like, I cannot believe this guy's telling me this. This guy's like worth like $100 million. Like, I love it. So everybody's seeing our stuff. Everybody's talking about it. So comment below. Leave a thumbs up, engage with it, help us smash through this veil again because it looks like they're trying to cut us off.
We will endure. We will fight through.
We'll rise
we are resilient. We will rise again.
We'll rise again.
There you go.
Rise again. Smash the like button. Leave a comment, guys. Engage. Let this be known. They can't take us out like this. Dude, we cannot be taken out by the pooflingers.
No. We will not lose to the pooflingers. That is no matter what happens, that is our stance. I will die on that hill. I will not lose to the pooflingers.
That's like dying to the mid-level boss. It's like, dude, you didn't even get the final boss? You died to the mid-boss? Like, bro, you can't die to the mid-boss.
On easy mode.
Not even hardcore mode, bro. Bro, I need those heals, man. We need those heals. Where's my DPS at?
So, pivoting to actual topics.
Yes.
January 1st was a super interesting day.
It was a slammer.
It was, quote unquote, terrorism everywhere. That's what we were told.
Mm-hmm.
First, we had the terrorist drive through the people in New Orleans.
Yep.
And that was all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
That's all everyone talked about. This terrorist named something Adabi decides that he's going to go through and that the Iranian terrorists have infiltrated the United States and they are everywhere.
Yes.
That was the first 4 or 5 hours of the day.
Yep. You got it. You got it. Welcome to 2025. Trauma bombing immediately.
And then immediately after that, we have this Cybertruck get blown up in front of Trump Hotel. And everyone's like, they're all connected.
Yeah.
We have been infiltrated. This is the end of the world. Everyone run for cover.
Exactly.
Because the terrorists are here. The open borders brought them all in. We're all going to die. Let's go to war.
Exactly. Hide your mama. Hide your baby mama. Hide your fam. Remember that meme?
Yes.
Hide everybody because you can't go outside anymore, man. It's not safe. There are Cybertrucks blowing up. There are people running over people in the streets. It's chaos. It's mayhem, guys.
And then all of a sudden, there was like this shift. First, we find out that something Adabi in New Orleans, that he was an American soldier.
He didn't actually go to the same Fort Bragg that all the other guys were at. Was he?
This guy apparently is well-respected, well-known, and all of a sudden they ran through the border and their terrorists here narrative, that just all of a sudden dissipates.
Yeah.
Never even addressed, by the way. Just gone.
Yeah.
And then it's, oh no, ISIS extremism is radicalizing our soldiers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That was the next one.
Which, when I heard that, I was like, are you serious? Are you, like, how are you? There's some script writer I in the back of CNN who's like, how do I unfuck us? Because we lie so much. How do I keep this charade going? I know. These guys who sign up for our military who want to fight for us, they actually get radicalized when they're over there. When they come back, they're actually, come on, bro. Come on. I actually laughed at that when I first saw it.
And they had all these videos of him wearing the Meta glasses. And I'm thinking, watching, because, you know, we're talking about CyberTruck now. We're talking about Meta glasses now as part of the weapons. I'm like, bro.
Don't forget the drones that disappeared.
We'll get to the drones. And I'm like, this is like a commercial. Because everyone is sharing his Meta glasses. And like, oh, look how good the quality is. You can take your glasses on the go and take video of everything. I'm like, oh, nice. I bet you they sold a lot of glasses.
Bro, it would not be unlike them, and this is how sick these people are, to cause a false flag, and during the false flag, have symbolism, and maybe even light advertising.
Light.
I mean,
Light.
Like, we're not far from idiocracy. We had this conversation
true.
before. So could it be, Matt, in a future that we see a video of a terrorist and while he's committing, he's actually drinking a Pepsi? Bro, you laugh. But like we are there. Where we're so psyoped
Ew,
that
Pepsi.
seriously,
That's one of these.
that's what I'm saying. We are so there that these guys are creating psyops, and in the psyop, they're actually advertising. Like, bro, we're there.
Sponsored psyops.
Yeah, sponsored by your favorite medical company, your favorite insurance medical company, right?
By Pfizer.
Yeah, can you imagine, dude? We're there. I mean, okay, so he drove through this crowd, and one of the things that I thought was funny from the news is like it's not terrorist related initially, but there's this flag there.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that flag? Remind me what that flag was symbolizing?
It was the ISIS flag, I think.
Yeah, well, the ISIS flag is actually the Israeli Secret Service. Didn't you know that?
That's interesting.
Why would a Fort Bragg, guy who might have, he's accused of doing all this bad stuff, we got video of it, why would he be running an ISIS Jewish Israeli flag?
Interesting.
That's fascinating to me.
It's interesting how that works.
I mean, some people are like, what are you talking about? You unwashed, unsullied individual. Did you not know that ISIS is actually the Israeli Secret Service? You didn't know that? So, wait. Weren't we fighting ISIS during George Bush's days?
Who's fighting ISIS?
During the George Bush days.
Wait, I thought they were on our side.
ISIS is on our side?
Aren't we funding them? I'm pretty sure we're giving them $50 million a month. Doesn't that mean they're on our side?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So
It is really confusing.
so we are... So
Wait, hold on. They're the bad guy, but we give them money. But they're on our side, but they're on the other side. But Israel is our greatest ally, but they created them, but we fund them, but we give Israel money too, but we hate them?
No.
No, we hate one of them?
No.
No, we love both of them.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get there. Okay.
You've done it.
We love them both.
You've done it. The more you know. The more you know. Maybe if it sounds like we're the bad guys.
Wait, no, that can't be true.
We're not the bad guys.
No.
Are we the bad guys?
We are definitely not the bad guys. They are the good guys?
Well,
No. We're all good guys.
oh, that's right.
We're all good guys.
All right, we're good guys.
We're all good guys.
But
everybody.
They're bad guys.
No. We fund them.
The bad guys.
No. They're how can we fund bad guys? It doesn't make any sense. They're good guys, so we give them the money.
Oh, okay. So who do they give the money to?
Back to us?
They give it to ISIS.
But they're good guys.
No, ISIS are bad
Dude,
guys.
this circular logic will drive me crazy.
I love this. I love this so much. All right, so let's do a TLDR.
Okay. TLDR. The American taxpayers fund both sides of the war. The people that are giving away the money get the money. People who receive the money also get the money. And the people that actually pay the money get nothing.
Oh. I'm holding the bag at the end of the day?
You are the bag holder.
I'm the bag holder?
You're the bag
Matt,
holder.
not like this. Not like this.
That is life. Welcome to where everyone's a friend.
So are you saying that I actually funded this Fort Bragg soldier that drove through the crowd in...
Oh, yeah. And the people that didn't put up the barrier, and the people that are putting up the propaganda, and the people that are telling you that as terrorists, and the people that are letting the terrorists in, and the people that are indoctrinating the terrorists to make them terrorists, and the people that are doing the advertising on the PSYOP. Funding all of it.
I'm the bad guy then.
No, you're the good guy because you're paying. You're the only one paying.
I'm the good guy.
You're the ultimate good guy because you're the bank and the bag holder.
I feel so vindicated now.
Yes, you have contributed. You're the only one that has contributed to all of the shenanigans.
I love Israel now. I love them.
So welcome to being the good guy. It feels great, doesn't it?
It's happened. I've crossed the veil. I've done it. I've done it, man.
Psyop number 2. We have this CyberTruck that shows up in front of Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, blows up, and everyone says, and even Elon says, it is clearly they are connected.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, oh my gosh, the terrorists are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
And they're so smart that they would choose a truck that wouldn't actually blow up.
But give that about 8 hours, the whole X and the internet goes, we are so glad that the terrorists chose a Cybertruck. Because if it were for the Cybertruck, people got hurt.
I'm telling you.
Thank God for the Cybertruck.
We made light of it, but bro, they're literally psyoping us with light advertising. We're there. We're there. I mean, the next time that we have some random, 17-year-old white dude cross the state line to go help out with the Black Lives Matter, riots, when he comes over and he gets shot and killed, what's going to happen? He's going to have all of that gear. He's going to have the Magpul. He's going to have the Glock. There's going to be all this advertising on him. I mean, that's how it's going to be. And when he dies, they're going to make sure that they don't take his Air Force Ones, and they're going to talk about those Air Force Ones and how important they were.
How only the Air Force Ones have survived.
Exactly. That, and of course his passport, which is like like a thermonuclear reactor, because every time a terrorist hits something, the passport always survives.
So this car blows up. I'm sorry. Cybertruck implodes. And within it, the body is unrecognizable.
Oh.
Everything is eviscerated.
That's interesting.
The only thing that survives is a passport, because passports are explosion bulletproof.
They're indestructible, man.
It's made on the most amazing paper ever designed.
Oh, is there a name for it?
Yeah, it's called paper.
Dude, we are there, dude. We're there, man.
Passports apparently do not go up in flames.
Well, we knew that on 9/11. I mean, after the entire plane dissolved into nothing, the only thing that we had left, passports.
Apparently, this passport survives. The body is unrecognizable. But they also find a Desert Eagle 40 cal?
50 cal.
50 cal?
That's a heavy gun.
And they say that this guy shot himself in the head with a 50 cal, and then it dropped down below, which is crazy because if anyone knows guns, if you shoot a 50 cal, the recoil on the thing is
Have you ever shot a 50
crazy.
cal?
Yes.
Dude.
It will blow your shoulder
Dude, you have to be prepared, because if you don't be prepared, you will smack yourself in the face.
And apparently, this guy turned it around on himself, shot it, the gun drops on the ground, no one even hears it.
Matthew,
If anyone's been to a firing range and shot a 50 cal, those things are ridiculously loud.
dude, it's a bomb explosion in a gun.
No one heard it. No one heard it.
Yeah, no gunshot.
No gunshot.
And if you think about it, if you're going to shoot yourself in the head with a 50 cal, which frankly is the most logical thing to do, because you don't want to shoot yourself with a 22, you might actually live. So the 50 cal makes sense from like a let's get it done.
Okay.
However, I don't care who you are. If you're going to point a gun at a 50 cal at your head, that thing is flying out of your hand.
Yes.
No one's holding it like this with two hands. And even if you did hold it with it, it'd probably fly out even farther.
Yes.
You have to do one of these, right? And after you hit that trigger, that thing is flying to the other side of the car. No doubt. Number one. Number two, which is what you just brought up. No gunshot sound?
None.
No gunshot sound. That's intriguing to me.
In Vegas, where there are cameras everywhere.
Probably almost as much as the Pentagon on 9/11.
Probably more.
Probably more.
I mean, what happened to that plane?
Well, does Vegas have more than trillions of dollars missing?
Every day. So the guy shoots himself, allegedly.
Allegedly.
The passport survives, and everyone's like, oh, we know who the guy is.
Of course.
Later on, we find out that the car, apparently, there's a video of him and his head moves before the explosion,
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah.
meaning he was not dead at arrival.
And so,
How did he get there?
was it Cybertruck autopilot?
Elon says it is impossible for a car to be autopiloted without an attentive driver.
So, what Elon is saying then backs up the suspicion that he was alive when he arrived.
Correct. Or they're hackable and you can control the car without anyone there.
Oh, but as long as we're talking about Cybertrucks, it's all good.
But we will never know because as soon as the Cybertruck terrorism happened, I'm coining that phrase, by the way, Cybertruck terrorism. That'd be really bad for his brand, by the way.
Yeah.
If those two words stuck together.
What the word Cybertruck terrorism?
Yeah.
Those two words? Not terrorism, Cybertruck.
No.
No, Cybertruck terrorism.
Exactly.
Like on a T-shirt, like Cybertruck terrorism.
That should be a t-shirt.
What about a hat? Cybertruck terrorism.
Or Cybertruck terrorist.
Ooh.
Or Cybertruck heart terrorism.
How about Cybertruck terrorista? Dude, we're still getting demonetized, bro. SAR! Don't do it, SAR! SAR! Don't do it, SAR.
So as soon as the explosion happens, Elon decides to send the Tesla team to go investigate.
Well,
Because it is an act of terrorism according to everybody, according to Elon, according to the FBI. And the first thing you do when there's an act of terrorism is you allow the manufacturer of the car in.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
That reminds me of like a Clinton case. It reminds me of almost like a Joe Biden case.
What in what world is it okay that the car that was used as a weapon, that the manufacturer of said weapon is allowed to go investigate the scene of the crime? This is actually unheard of, and no one talks about it, which is crazy. But in all seriousness, there's absolutely zero reason that his Tesla team should be allowed anywhere near that crime scene.
It's kind of like letting a reporter into the
House of
house of the
Did you saw that too?
the guy.
Yeah. How did she get in there?
Which also happened.
How did she get in there?
So we find out the guy's name, and we find his apartment, and the FBI goes and raids the apartment. But don't worry, they were very neat and clean and orderly.
Yeah.
Because usually when the FBI raids, they are very polite.
They wouldn't want to mess up a crime scene.
And the reality is that when the FBI raids your house, they don't give a fuck about your belongings. They don't give a fuck about your house or order at all. They tear through the place and they take everything they can.
Of course. Ransacked.
Somehow, 24 hours after we identify who the person is, which happened quickly because they found the passport,
Yep.
there is a reporter doing an MTV Cribs style video inside of said apartment.
I know. How?
And conveniently, in the video, there is a Quran.
I didn't notice that one. Really?
Yeah. There's a Quran on the table.
This is like CNN showing up to that jail and finding that one lone one prisoner who didn't know that the prison was broken into and stayed in the corner all clean shaven for about 2 days, he said.
There is a Quran on the table. There is a paper shredder with all the paper still hanging out. You can't make this stuff up.
I know.
And I'm thinking, and at
Don't
that
forget
time,
about the bomb making station.
Oh yeah, the bomb making station.
and a bomb making station. And I'm thinking, like, this is the biggest psyop I've ever seen in my entire life.
But here's the thing, though. People have been watching CSI Miami and CSI Vegas for decades, dude. And this is exactly what the crime scenes look like in CSI Miami, New York, and Vegas.
And everyone's tracking this going, oh, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah.
This is what I'm used to. This is what Hollywood told me.
Yes,
this investigation is supposed to look like.
Because you can solve an entire crime in 56 minutes.
And people have.
With commercial breaks.
Cybertruck.
Pepsi.
And so this whole time, I'm thinking this is the craziest psyop I've ever seen. I've never seen an episode that screamed more psyop than this episode.
I like that word, episode. This was a good episode.
And then there's the curveball. Our friend, Shawn Ryan.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. Let's talk about it.
Disclaimer. I know Shawn. We've met Shawn. Yeah. I know Shawn extremely well.
Yeah.
It's a person I trust. I think he's an honest, genuine person. I do not think he is a CIA plant, although he worked for the CIA as a contractor. And that's just purely based on my personal interaction with him and knowing him and his family and conversations we have offline, online, offline, etc. I don't think he's a plant. That being said, he gets this email. One of the people comes on a show, sends this email, and it's like, the email says that I work for the government, I do this, and it's to bring attention to the drones that are coming out of the Atlantic Ocean, and they have 0-point energy and anti-gravity drones that is being utilized in China, and they can attack the White House at any point, and the world needs to know about this, and I'm a whistleblower, and I'm running for Mexico, and I just need you to know, and he sends this email. Sorry, totally cut that up a little bit.
No, it's good. It was actually pretty good. That was all the major points.
And I'm like, oh, what's going on here?
So there's a couple things that I'm thinking about. The first is the email itself had spell check underlines.
They addressed that.
Did they?
He said that because they were redacting, they were copying the email and they were putting it into editor so that they can do the redactions.
Fair enough.
And while they're doing that, it just...
So secondly...
Because they showed the screenshots of the original email that didn't have it.
Secondly, the guy who went on Shawn Ryan's show has been accused of, in the past, of making stuff up.
Yes, and making up emails.
Making up emails, which this is, once again, another email. So, like, it's like, bro, apple far from the tree, right? It's kind of the same thing. And so that's questionable. And number three, I'm going to disagree with you. Did you see Shawn Ryan's episode with the lady from the CIA?
Which one? Sarah Adams?
Yeah, I think that might have been her name. And she was talking about, like, people talking about Building 7 and 9/11 and all that stuff.
And she's a Building 7 9/11 denier.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Don't trust 9/11 deniers, by the way. And when I say denier, like the denier of the real truth, not the fake truth.
Yeah. So I met Shawn Ryan. Don't know him as well as you do, clearly. But good guy, spoke a couple words, hung out a little bit, but nothing much. But I will say, and again, I didn't spend as much time as you did with him. And people might clip this and send this to him and like, hey, Matt, Shawn, your friend Matt, his co-host is digging on you. He could be a CIA plant. And just hear me out. Those guys are trained to lie, man. They're trained to live a life that is completely disconnected from reality, in which they are able to somehow deal with the dissonance of this abstraction of who they really are and be able to keep that front with such consistency that you would never know the deeper seated. And so, I'm not, for all those internet people are going to clip this and say, oh, he's digging, Peter's saying that he's a psyop himself, he's a plant, he's controlled opposites. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is we do know one fact to be true. He was ex-CIA. Fact. So, if we go on that fact alone,
could a contractor for the CIA, not actual CIA.
Most of them are contractors.
Most of them, yeah. The contractors do all the dirty work anyway. They do all that. They all do the wet work anyway. So, like, again, if we just leave it there, then one could pull on that string and say, maybe this was the plan. So let me extrapolate. This could be a conspiracy in itself, Matt, but I feel like the podcast world has been infiltrated. I feel like the mainstream media recognized they're not stupid. They play stupid, yes, but they're not stupid. They saw the writing on the wall a decade ago. Mainstream media is dying. Alternative media and decentralized media is rising, right? The sticky factor of these episodes, these psyops, people are seeing. It looks like a Simpsons TV show. It looks like an episode from CSI Miami. People are no longer looking at this stuff and being like, bro, this is not real. And so how do they begin to move the masses? Well, CNN is no longer effective. They only have 10,000 viewers an hour, right? But Joe Rogan, Shawn Ryan, Lex Friedman, and his recent interview with the King. Did that not reek of psyop and controlled opposition and like Pepsi?
It's just propaganda.
Dude, Lex Friedman sold out, man.
Or he always was.
But that's the point, though. When did Lex begin? When did Shawn Ryan begin? When did these years ago? So could it not be that years ago, maybe a decade ago, they
got tapped on the shoulder?
CNN's dying, mainstream media is dying. We see the rise of these Rogan-esque type of personalities, right? Daily Wire's coming into itself, right? We saw these alternative. We saw Louder with Crowder, right? Things were moving a decade ago, right? They were just started, and man, the amount of planning. I would not put it behind the mat that what we are living in today, the Lex Friedman, the Joe Rogan, the Shawn Ryan. What if all of them were just part of the game? That's all I'm saying. What if all of them are just part of the game?
So 2 points. One is that I've gotten to know Shawn pretty well. We exchange children's pictures, etc. So if he is a CI plant, then I am a mark, and I'd be pretty upset about that.
Well,
because I've gotten to know him really well.
Yeah, as you should be, though. And I'm not trying to espouse any fake emotions here, but like you maybe you got played, bro. I mean, let's do another example. Let's do two more.
Okay.
You went and saw Andrew Tate.
Well, that's all I'm gonna say. Andrew Tate, father was with the CIA.
So bad to say it, bro.
A guy that we've known very well. Tucker Carlson.
I was the second.
Father worked for the CIA. Another guy we know very well.
And another one.
Shawn Ryan literally worked for the CIA. A guy we know very well. So I had a friend.
Are we CIA?
Well, our friend King Andrew calls me one day. He goes, Matt, I need to know. You can tell me if you are. He goes, are you with the CIA?
Really?
And I'm like, what? He's like, of course not. What the hell are you talking about? He's like, well, if you were, that's what you would tell me. I was like, I was like, no, like, why would I? Like, I've been talking to you. He's like, that's exactly what you say if you're a CIA. I'm like, I'm not. Trust me. He's like, well, that's exactly what you would say if you're with the CIA.
In 3 seconds, when I snap my fingers, you are not gay. You're not gay.
I'm not. and I'm thinking, and he's like, man, maybe they're setting you up so that they're going to call you one day. And I said, man, what if they call me? Would they call me?
I don't know.
How does that work, actually?
I've never gotten the tap.
How do you know? Is it just like a tap? Do you get an email? Does it show up in your inbox? Do they show up at your door one day? Do you get honeypotted and then all of a sudden they hold it against you? Like, how do you actually get recruited to be one of these CIA guys? I'm curious. Totally off topic.
Well, I think if I were to conjure up what I think would happen, I think it's pretty clear that the 99.9% of our entire Congress leadership are compromised. They were caught on video doing something, and that's why they're blackmailed. It's clear. That's the game. That's the whole Jeffrey Epstein game. So we find that most of the transparency around those types of things is there at social settings. They're at social parties. They're hanging out at the Diddy parties. They're hanging out at
why I don't drink.
They're hanging out at the clubs. They're hanging out at the balls. They're hanging out at the lounges and the parties. And so that is how they get you. Is they get you in a social setting, and they get you inebriated. They get you coked up, or they get you in some sort of thing, and then they have you do some sort of compromising act. And that's when they come to you later when you're all sobered up and say, hey, there are a couple things we need you to do. And you're like, yeah, who the fuck are you? Get fuck off. And then they go, well, do you remember that party from last Thursday? And you're like,
got the evidence.
Bro, that's how it works. That's how it works. What they do is they prey. They prey on people's entertainment.
Do you know what I need to do? I need to get, those cup lids that the girls take so that people don't roofie them?
Yeah. The little like cup condoms.
Next time I go to a party, I'm going to bring one with me.
You would look like such a loser walking around with a cup condom. You'd be like, they're gonna roofie me and they're gonna diddly my diddle back in the back.
And I'm gonna be the only one not compromised by the CIA.
Probably, but
Worth it.
But you'd end up in a Cybertruck with a bullet in your head before you actually are found to be unrecognizable. Isn't that how that works?
Well, okay, so Shawn Ryan gets this letter, and then on Sunday he holds this Spaces on X, and they have all these experts come onto the Spaces, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna tell what's going on, and they spend 2 hours talking about their credentials and why they're important, and why they believe that this letter is real and what's going on.
Okay.
I listened to a lot of it.
I didn't catch any of it, so give me the end.
They did not talk one time about these drones coming out of the water and that are going to attack everyone that has 0 point energy and has anti-gravity technology. They don't talk about it one time.
What a letdown.
And I'm thinking, like, that's actually the most important part of that letter, the most interesting part of the letter.
Yeah, because in the letter, he's basically saying that we have been compromised. Our security apparatus has been completely compromised.
So I'm thinking, what was the point of this Spaces? What's actually the point of them proving that this letter is real? To say that we talked to the terrorist, or we talked to him, or he's not a terrorist? Like, that's actually the least important part of this. The most important part of this is that there are drones coming to the ocean that are going to attack anyone at any given point. That's kind of what I want to know about. Is that real or not? And side note, we're going to have Ashton Forbes on soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he knows this stuff.
Oh, man, my jollies are getting...
So we'll have
That's
Ashton
nice.
Forbes on in the next week or so.
For those who don't know that name, tell us.
Ashton Forbes is the investigative researcher that's been working on the missing MH370, talking about the orbs that made the plane disappear, and that the United States government has some sort of anti-gravity technology, has the ability to open up wormholes, has the ability to make things teleport, and also has the ability to create infinite energy, and they're holding the technology from you because if they were to give it up, then your energy bill would go down. And they want to be the only ones that control that technology. So that is his premise. I find him extremely credible. I don't understand his science, but I believe that he himself is extremely genuine in his research.
And we appreciate men and women like that who are willing to go deep in the search for truth.
And he hangs out in our Discord.
He does. That's true too. So going back to the Shawn Ryan thing, what you basically stated with this 2 hour Spaces that amounted to a whole bunch of nothing kind of plays into my thesis that they are controlled opposition, keeping the narrative going and keeping people scared while not actually solving the problem or helping solve the problem or finding out the truth. I mean, we are in this world where you have to extract yourself for a second. Like, we are 7 days into 2025, and what we just talked about is exactly how I'm seeing all this. It is literally Simpsons and CSI episodes where everything is literally solved, from the explosion in the first 15 seconds of the show to the resolution of that issue within a 60-minute show. We're watching Looney Tunes live, and it's all resolved in a day. How is this possible?
I think I want to change the framing of the argument. So in your premise, it's that the story has been scripted and the people are actors.
Yes. High-level script.
High-level script with actors characters put in place.
So, yeah. Look up central casting. Have you looked up central casting? Central casting. If you Google central casting, you will find websites, many permutations, core. Central casting is where you can sign up to be part of a charade or be part of a simulation or be part of a event that is a training mechanism for real events like a fire or a bomb or a terrorist attack like you can sign up to be a victim for $17 an hour, and they put fake blood on you and you lie down and you go, the bomb that was at the marathon in Boston blew off my leg, but my leg's still here.
Well, you gotta be careful. It's exactly what Alex Jones got in trouble for.
Oh. You mean talking about central casting and there's actors at like schools and stuff before the bombs go off and before things happen?
$1 billion fine.
You know, I think all of the news anchors should be fined just as much, because I think they've lied more than Alex Jones is. Because if you look at the Alex Jones conspiracy tracker, he's like 68 out of 69. Correct. Or something like this. Nice. Seriously. He out of like, have you checked the conspiracy tracker? You've seen those checklists, right?
I think that Alex Jones takes a bunch of shit, throws on the wall, hopes something sticks, and I think that he is not as awesome as he once was.
Well, did you see his recent rant about Elon?
Yeah.
And Trump? And you're not going to take us out. We're already winning.
He is sounding really propaganda-y. He refuses to call out the obvious things in the world now.
Oh, interesting.
He refuses to acknowledge the noticing.
Oh, he's not noticing.
And he has done a complete 180 of the man that he used to be. I think that he has been broken by the system. I think that all the lawsuits and everything else has taken a heavy toll on him. And he is not willing to be the extreme Alex Jones that he once was. And now he's just this loud, screaming propagandist. And it's kind of sad. I try to remember him for the greatness that he had, and I will look past the shell of the man that he's become.
What you've just said is exactly how I feel about Bill Riley. Like, fuck it. Let's do it live. Like, that was like his...
You get old.
Now he's an old... And it also... I really liked Stephen Colbert 20 years ago. Do you remember when he was actually good? Like, he's a shell of a man now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the dancing vaccine guy.
Yeah.
All right, he totally...
You never take that back, by the way. You can't unforget that.
You can't. Yeah, so I see...
Or forget that.
I think you're correct. I think Alex Jones is now a shell of a man. He was better 20 years ago. Like, truly better. And I think he's sold out. And frankly, how could you blame him? He's been not dragged. He has been wrung through a cheese grater in his life. So, like, he's been torn to shreds. So I get it.
I mean, he's like, we're going to get the globalists and we're going to make them pay. But yeah, we love Elon and we love Peter Thiel and we love all the transhumanists. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, 20 years ago, you were saying they were turning the frogs gay.
Now you love the technocrats and the technocrat oligarchy? Like, they're not the globalists? Are you kidding me?
I feel like the world's a stage. It's all a game. The controlled opposition in the episodes we're seeing, Matt, your friend Shawn Ryan could be part of the game as well. All of them could be part of the game. We're just here. We're paying the taxes. We're the bag man.
Well, I think that, your premise was that it is a script and that the characters are pre-selected and we're running through it and it's like an episode, which I use the word episode also. I wonder if actually this is a training exercise and a machine learning exercise. You create something in an iconic place, a CyberTruck trending, Trump Hotel trending, you put it there, you create an action around it, and now you can see how the internet reacts. Who is connected to? How does information flow? How do you drop simple clues all over the internet? And how do people start connecting them? What are the networks that are put in place? If you drop it into the intelligence community and Shawn Ryan's community, which is all former special forces, all former Delta officers, how do they react? How do they communicate? Who are they talking to? How often do they talk to each other? This exercise for them,
data mapping,
the data mapping and the network mapping and the connective tissue between different groups of people, the learning that they've done in the last week is insane.
Dude, this is like the most sophisticated meta level shit I've ever heard, Will, come out of this man's mouth. This is so meta. This is like meta of meta.
They
it's
now
Inception.
They now understand the true information flow in this new alternative media form of communication and technology.
Can I repeat back what you just said? What you're telling me is that Skynet is already operational. The AI overlords are making data-centric decisions based on trending topics, and they are able to corral humans to do their bidding based off these data plays.
I think
Like
they are using
CyberTruck,
this.
Trump, fireworks, Q, right? Code words. Like, let's see how it moves
They're
into.
learning. This is all machine learning.
They're learning.
They're learning. We are training the machine through this entire exercise. And we talking about this is a part of that learning.
Man, we should shut the fuck up.
We are we are plugging information into it. So now they're tracking our conversation. Okay, what are the major points that they pulled from? What are they remembering? What are they talking about? Which makes sense? How are they connecting it? We are constantly training the machine as we speak. And a part of it all, this entire exercise of this random guy that the DNA of the guy that is in the truck doesn't even match the DNA of the guy that they say it was.
I know.
So the whole thing is a psyop.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy that died and the guy that blew it up is not even the guy.
Yeah.
We're all talking about a guy that doesn't even exist.
It was just Bane in the plane in Batman.
That was a reality TV star.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the entire internet's moving and they're seeing all the neural connections throughout the internet.
The nodes.
All the nodes are firing full force. And the machine is learning all of it. How are people connected?
From the hive mind.
Yes.
Matt, man, you think you just transcended Jesus.
I don't know about that.
That was amazing, Matt. That's like the most meta thing of all time. That's the most meta Matrix like thing I've ever heard. You are.
I think that's what they're doing. I really think that's what they're doing. I think that's what this whole exercise
Arthur
is.
asked you if you were CIA.
No, King Andrew.
King Andrew. Arthur, love. So King Andrew asked you if you're CIA. You know what he should have asked you? If you're the architect. Because that was some architecture shit, man.
I really feel like that's what's going on, especially with this CyberTruck one.
Could you imagine a world?
It's all memeable moments after memeable moment after memeable moment. Like the entire process. It's literally a script, and we're writing in real time.
Yeah, it's a commercial break. So if I were to overly simplify everything that you said into one sentence, it would be this: the AI overlords have somehow figured out how to control humans to do their bidding, so that they can understand how humans react to events.
The AI overlords are using humans and putting them in rat mazes, dangling a piece of cheese to figure out how they come up to decide how to get to that piece of cheese, and using that to train their AI overlord models.
And the end goal is to learn how to control us better.
Correct.
You just cracked the code, bro.
I mean, that's not a good code. I'd rather be wrong. You know?
Yeah, but in a permutation of a dystopian future,
it makes total sense.
It is Black Mirror personified. You just created the Black Mirror meta.
It is like a really messed up dystopian game of Clue.
How did you come up with this?
I don't know. That's just what I see. It seems so obvious to me, at least.
I mean, I see it too. I mean, I all these episodes in the last week has just been like, come on, bro. Come on. It's almost laughable if it wasn't so obvious. And they're playing a game. I don't know what the game that they're playing is, but let me bring up something. You probably saw the Fauci talking about, was it January, the day before the inauguration, was it 21st or something like that? Oh, no, the 19th, right? Is that there's going to be this new pandemic or something like this. So I'm curious what we may see, and I hope I remember this snippet here of what I'm talking about, because we might see in the next couple of weeks, Matt, a new pandemic.
If we get into another pandemic, the first pandemic, I said, I don't think Trump's involved. I think that it just happened and he was in charge at the time, either to get rid of him or the timing of it or whatever it is. I didn't feel, and I've never thought, that Trump was directly involved in the actual pandemic. If it happens again during his presidency, I will 100% be convinced that he's a part of it.
He's on the chessboard. If you're on the chessboard,
There is
you're
no
part of
way
it. You're part of the game.
happens only during his presidencies. If it keeps on happening during his presidency, then he's involved. Because you cannot say that I am the, peace through strength guy.
Yeah.
That I am the alpha leader, and then you let this shit happen every single time you're president.
Yeah.
If it happens again, it's on him.
Yeah,
and
completely.
not only is on him, he is extremely complicit. That's what I believe.
And the worst permutation of that future is that he could not only be complicit, he could actually be part of the constraints that are put on us.
Yes.
The rules, the new regulations, the new you can and cannots.
We gave him a huge pass, maybe undeservedly, on the vaccines.
Yes, and he did take credit for the speed of some of them, if you remember.
I mean, he's been doubling down throughout November, December, saying, "Oh, it's the anniversary, Operation Warp Speed," and he won't let it go. It's kind of annoying. So, but we gave him a slight pass throughout the campaign season, maybe undeservedly, but we did. If it happens again.
So is Trump the president we need, or is Trump the one we deserve? Like, do we deserve this? Is this what we get? Is this what we get, Matt?
I don't know. This whole idea of this democracy that we're working on these days, it's like, it's clearly not working. This idea of capitalism that we are told we live in, it's clearly not working because we don't live in a capitalism.
It's working for some people.
It's working for some people. It's not. Capitalism means that you're in a free market, that people live and play by the same rules, and that the best ideas and some sort of meritocracy will win. That's what capitalism is. We have different sets of rules for certain people and different sets of rules for other people. We have other people that change the chessboard, change the game, change the maze, and most of us, we just have to sit there and adjust to the rules that change around us. It's like being in a maze and the walls change.
Oh, yeah. And the worst part of it is it's so jarring.
Yes.
It's like there's no peace. I mean, I think that's part of the game is that if they allow people to have peace, then they can actually figure out how to solve problems. Right?
I use the word oligarchy a lot. An oligarchy is when there's a small set of elites and individuals that basically run and make decisions on behalf of the entire country, and that they are a privileged class of people. And people say, "Oh, you can't use that word; it's so outdated." I'm like, no, I think that's the exact word. I think we live in an oligarchy.
We live in an oligarchy. I'm going to extend. The one thing that I would say in that definition is they are economically wealthy elites. That's important because they make decisions based on economic considerations, right? The oligarchy makes economic decisions that have to translate into policies that benefit them. That's how it works. Like you're not going to be a rich person and think about building roads. You only build roads so that you can benefit economically from those building the roads. You're not going to help your fellow man. Like, why would you wake up in the morning and say, I want to make vaccines free, and I want to help cure cancer? No, wait, I got that wrong. Cancer's not free, but vaccines are. That's right. I want to help people. Vaccines.
Pepsi.
But like, so that's important. Yeah, we live in an oligarchy of rich, wealthy, influential people, and in many cases, those people, their influence stems from a lineage, a familial name. These things are real, my friends. Just because your bloodline sucks and you fucked it up doesn't mean that these guys don't care about their bloodlines. They care about it. They care about it so much that they will only marry in royalty other dudes to ensure their bloodline continues.
I think eventually in a future episode, we're going to get into Elon Musk and his family lineage and the Haldemans.
Bro, I went down that rabbit hole years ago.
The Haldemans.
I would
the
like you
Swiss,
to...
Swiss German Jews.
And people actually also forget that Elon Musk is not American.
And people are like, oh, he made his own money. He didn't make any of his own money.
Nope, he lied about that.
He grew up filthy rich. And his father, in an interview, himself said, "Oh, that's bullshit. We were rich." He was selling emeralds to Tiffany's. When he was in high school.
And some people don't realize that Tesla was not Elon's idea.
Shocking.
Did I sacrifice the golden calf in front of everybody? Dude, are you ignorant?
I mean, neither was PayPal.
Neither was none of them were his idea.
But he is a Haldeman.
He is the savior of the technocracy.
If you want to continue to support us, you gotta leave a comment. You gotta let us know you appreciate us because, again, we just had our last 4 videos demonetized.
There's too much pooflinging.
It always happens at one time.
Yeah, it's one Sar who's really mad.
Sorry, Sar.
Sar, he's mad. We were talking bad about the pooflingers, which was so sad because we actually had a really nice representative lady
Oh, actually,
who, yeah.
final update. One update before we close it out.
For those who are still here, thanks for being here. Smash the like button, leave a comment.
Dr. Shiva will be on the pod. I think we're recording with him tomorrow, Will? Yep. Tomorrow's episode will be with Dr. Shiva. Dr. Shiva, who is 4 MIT degrees, the quote-unquote creator of email, ran for president, Indian guy, super based, hates Israel, hates Vivek, sounds like our kind of guy. It's coming to the pod tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.
Peace out.